All right, y'all, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. This is another film room. We are continuing our coverage of the Super Bowl 57 champions, Kansas City Chiefs offense this time around. Last week, we went into detail about how the Chiefs defense was able to stop and do everything they could to make it difficult on the Philadelphia Eagles offense. Obviously, Jalen Hurts had a great game, but they don't win this game without the Chiefs defense, a couple of crucial stops, and making it difficult on them. And here, we're going to talk about the game plan for the Chiefs, because this offensive game plan came out firing on all cylinders. And, they had some rough spots in the second quarter, weren't on the field very much to get going. But after that, it was all done. The Chiefs were able to do whatever they wanted to in the second half because they established the run game and were super efficient with it. This was the most impactful rushing performance I think we've seen in a very long time under Eric Bieniemy, Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Reid, and then this tutelage with Patrick Mahomes. It was great. They're going to run split zone here with a jet sweep action. So what does that mean? Running this outside zone here, all your offensive linemen are set to the left. You have this jet sweep motion from Sky Moore, which is going to subtract this defender from the left-hand side, and then you're going to have Noah Gray split across the formation, pick up any trailers like Hassan Reddick, who can possibly run behind the offensive line and tackle Isaiah Pacheco before he gets going. This is what I liked to see from the Chiefs offense. They had a plan of attack for the Eagles, and not just, being able to run their zone properly, but being able to establish with the power run, with the zone, with everything. And then they come out here in 13 personnel right before the end of the third quarter. They run duo, and that's it. It's just going inside the mind of this defense, getting physical. Isaiah Pacheco had 10 power or gap runs in this game against the Eagles. He didn't have more than 8 in a game all season, and in those games, he usually had a lot of zone plays too. This was 10 power runs to 5 zone runs. They really wanted to physically impose themselves on the Philadelphia Eagles, and I loved every single bit of it. Just like we get going here with the real breakdowns. First play, come out in 12 personnel. They're going to pull Travis Kelce and Toney into this counter run play. This is exactly what they want to do to get Pacheco into space. In that space where he's able to do all of his damage. He's not the best reading in between the tackles. You saw that outside zone play. He did a good job of doing that. But this is a really great job from the Chiefs. They're going to motion Travis Kelce here, over here, and watch number 43 as this motion comes. Even though Kelce's going to come back and help lead block too, you obviously have Toney pulling as well. But watch the hesitancy of 43, who's going to take a step to the outside. And what it does is this just creates some lanes for your offensive linemen to get onto second level blocks. It creates, some gaps here for them to get up there and get onto second level guys. You don't even have to get a huge block on them, because you know that Pacheco's probably going to bounce this to the outside anyway. It's really what it's for with this counter play. You're going to follow your lead blockers and get out, press to the inside a little bit, and then use your speed to get to the outside. Really well done by the Chiefs up front. The second play, they're going to bring out the GH counter. And I loved watching this, because they're also going to add an RPO off of it, but they're going to come out in what's called pony personnel, okay? Pony personnel is when you have 21 personnel, but it's typically 2 running backs, not a fullback and a running back. It's 2 running backs, and you have Jerick McKinnon and Isaiah Pacheco here. When you motion Sky Moore from right to left, and then you're going to jet sweep him out on an RPO look, you also have Justin Watson, who's going to run off of this RPO look as well, and you're able to create just a lot of movement. And then what they do is they're going to pull Trey Smith, who's going to lead block, and then they're going to run Jerick McKinnon up through that lead block hole on this GH counter RPO. Really great usage of 21 personnel as well as pony personnel to get Isaiah Pacheco into the end zone in short yardage situations. Something we've asked a lot from the Chiefs offense is to use more pony personnel, more 2 running back sets, be able to exploit that in your offense. Really nice job here. Just getting into the end zone. Again, short yardage situations in this game. For the most part, they were really, really, really good. And they were able to get into the end zone. And you just see Trey Smith come in. I love seeing Trey Smith come down, pull and then with, Jerick McKinnon lead blocking, coming through the hole. You don't even have to get square up on the guy on the outside, who ends up doing a really nice job and almost getting, Isaiah Pacheco on the ground. This is just a nice back, old school power run feel, like the Chiefs are out playing in, maybe the 2000s. That's what I like to see. Talk about bringing it old school. The not very next play, but the next play I'm going to break down here is taking it old school, where they come out in 21 personnel with the fullback in a short yardage situation, and they run a very different play than the Chiefs usually run, okay? Mike Burton in short yardage situations typically gets all of these run plays, all right? This is typically, all right, well, Eagles defense just going to be, him, he's going up short yardage. This crowd here is just try to make it so Mike Burton can't do anything. Well, that's not exactly what happens. They're going to run what's called a buck sweep. So you have your fullback who's going to come down and try and kind of seal the outside here. So both of your guards can pull. And then you have Isaiah Pacheco sweep around and just take it to the edge where there's nobody. A really fun play from all of these guys to be able to utilize the speed and the athletic ability and the nasty of the offensive line that they have. That's what I loved to see, the split back movement style with pullers, getting Isaiah Pacheco in space where he doesn't have to do too much thinking. He can just get out there, do his best, and be his best self, because that's what this offense needs. It needs power, it needs nasty, it needs speed to the edge. All these things the offensive line and Isaiah Pacheco continuously have shown that they do. And one underrated part of this play here is Sky Moore. I want you guys to look at who's on the field in 3rd and short. All right, so we have Sky Moore, Mike Burton. That's a bad one. Isaiah Pacheco, Justin Watson, Noah Gray. This is 3rd and short. This isn't, all right, Travis, all right, Juju, go bail us out. Get us on a 3rd and short, or, Jerick McKinnon, come in and read in between the tackles. This is trust in, I'll be honest, outside of Pacheco, a secondary position group. Sky Moore blocking this play. He's rated out as the Chiefs' best run blocker as a wide receiver this year, and watch how he's going to do a nice job here, okay? So he's going to stem inside, kind of take the attention of James Bradbury, but you see, the linebacker here, Edwards, is going to read this and come downhill. So just run a little bit of interference, my guy. Get down there, run a little bit of interference. Boom. Doesn't do anything. He can't get there. He just tried to undercut this because it's 3rd and short. But again, it's smart. This is a really smart play by Sky Moore, who I believe is going to have a nice sophomore season in the NFL in Kansas City. I'm really excited about his future, but this is just a nice showing of the guard that the Chiefs came out with a bunch of backups. And they said, we're going to get this first down anyway, and there's nothing you can do about it. Incredibly great run design and scheme from the Chiefs, in part from the run game. Just an excellent job. And now we're going to give Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid some flowers, because what they were able to do in this game, schematically, getting Travis Kelce wide open early and often for the large parts of this game to force double teams on him, is truly incredible. This is just a gigantic gaping hole where Patrick Mahomes has all the time in the world. But why does this happen? What is this? Why is this even a thing? Okay, so they're in 12 personnel. And then another thing before we get all the way into it, talking about the personnel that the Chiefs were using. The second play we saw, that I talked about before the third quarter, 13 personnel. The first play I broke down, 12 personnel. The second play, that GH counter, 21 personnel. The third play that I broke down, another 21 personnel, this time split back with Mike Burton. And now they're back in 12 personnel. They effectively understood, if the Eagles want to live in nickel defense, we are going to stay in our power sets, and we are going to manhandle you one way or another, whether it's running the ball or it's coming out in 12 personnel like it is here and getting you to match with nickel and still throwing the football against it. It didn't matter. They had matchup problems everywhere and they exploited them with 12, with 13, with 21 personnel. It didn't matter. Great execution of the Chiefs, understanding that their big packages with their 12 personnel, their 13 personnel, they're the most effective and efficient offense in the NFL in those sets, and they use it to their advantage. So here's Kadarius Toney going to bring attention always when he's on the field. I think he played 5 snaps on offense, and he was impactful every single time, even if he's not catching the football. So jet sweep motion, and he's just going to sit in the flat. All right. So you have one speed, explosive guy in the flat. You have to account for. Okay. So Avonte Maddox, number 29, I believe that's who that is. If it's not, I apologize. He's coming downhill, and he's going to stay here with him. MVS, you're just going to run a wind sprint down the field. All right. Take James Bradbury. Take the safety with you. All right. Just take up their attention. That's all you have to do. So if you're reading this out properly, you see, okay, we got 3 defenders who are on that left side, and they're all gone up, right? Like they've been accounted for. Yeah, you're right. Travis Kelce is going to run here and then bend it back outside, all right, into that huge void that was created by attacking the flat and downfield with speed and explosiveness. Okay, really great understanding of the play of the Eagles defense, who it looks like they're shifting to like a cover 3 look, but you can attack all of that. The jet sweep moves these linebackers to their right, and it creates the void for Travis Kelce to run through. All right, he's running between both of these linebackers, who then have to run back to get to their spots after the jet sweep. You have to respect Kadarius Toney's ability to take a jet sweep for 10 yards. So they move to their right, then they have to run back to where their position is, especially because Patrick's kind of moving out to his left a little, or to his right a little bit. So linebackers like, okay, we gotta get back. Everyone's moving this way with Patrick. And then you have the bender from Travis Kelce. Wide open. Underrated right here. Noah Gray is not going to be asked to be one-on-one with Hassan Reddick. Instead, they're going to have him pass block, and Jerick McKinnon, you're going to come help him. All right? We're going to make sure, but by the way, Noah Gray did a hell of a job. He did a hell of a job on pass blocking initially, but they dedicated 2 blockers to Hassan Reddick. Really, really nice job. Just creating a huge, nearly 20-yard play out of 12 personnel with Travis Kelce, no less, who was just a beast in the early and mid parts of this football game. Then the Eagles decided, we kind of have to do something about this guy. And that's where the next play comes in. They come out again in 12 personnel, and the Chiefs are going to match. Excuse me, they're not 12 personnel. I read the wrong play. The Chiefs are just in 13 personnel in this one, but the Chiefs are going to match what they're doing, playing a little bit of cover 1 here with doubling Travis Kelce, and they're just going to be able to hit behind the defense with Juju Smith-Schuster, who was crucial in the end parts of this football game. Without Juju Smith-Schuster in the 4th quarter and near the end of the 3rd quarter when the Chiefs offense started rolling, they don't win this football game. He was a chain mover for them. So Chiefs come out in like some stack formations. They're going to take Travis Kelce and they're going to motion him, down to a stack formation. And MVS is going to run this kind of like out and up here. Travis is going to run his normal spot route on the left-hand side. Justin Watson is going to be responsible for the spot route. And then we get to see Juju Smith-Schuster on an over route in the middle of the field. You have Isaiah Pacheco in the flat here. But typically, we know that the Chiefs love these spot routes with Travis Kelce and whoever it is running it on the opposite side. They love to hit these spot routes. And you want to know who knows that too? The Eagles defense. The Eagles defense is going to sit on these spot routes here. Travis Kelce's, got 2 guys right here. Both are triggering on Travis Kelce in that spot route. But this impact isn't just felt on one side of the football, on one side of the play here. You also have Avonte Maddox, or number 29 here, who's down underneath, but he's got eyes on Justin Watson when he's in man coverage on Juju Smith-Schuster. And instead, he gets kind of lost. See, he kind of reverts back. He realizes that that's where he's supposed to be going. Yeah, and kind of gets lost. This is a really nice job of Juju Smith-Schuster sitting in that blind spot, kind of seeing that Maddox is playing underneath and looking at that spot route, and they use that to their advantage. Really nice play design here. Again, attacking what we know that the Chiefs like to do with those spot routes, and then just Patrick Mahomes going through his reads is another next level part of this whole thing. It makes it go. Pat's looking right first, okay? We know he's going to read middle of the field first and then go to Travis Kelce. His first read. Right there. All right, I can't throw this football to Travis. Let's go and find that backside dig. Boom. Hits the backside dig. And, Maddox was supposed to be in man coverage, but he wasn't there. Watch Patrick here. He can't step into this throw. Can't. Joe Toney is holding up here, but he can't step into this throw. Look at this platform. He throws like a little skip step throw to Juju Smith-Schuster over the middle of the field, and it's like nothing. It's like nothing, man. Shout out to the offensive line. Hats off. They played a really great game. I know that everyone's talking about the slipping and stuff like that, but they played a great game. Great game plan. Andrew Wiley had the game of his life. Right there, you see him torque Hassan Reddick to the ground nearly. So it was a really nice job of them. And Patrick coming in here with a bum ankle, getting it re-aggravated, and then just having a hell of a second half, only having one incompletion. I really wanted to show everyone and give Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid and Matt Nagy as well their flowers. Might be my favorite sequence right here. This might be my favorite sequence of the game. The play right before, if you remember, there's a Joshua Sweat offsides that leads to this play here. They throw it to Kadarius Toney in the flat on this bubble look, this motion bubble screen, whatever you want to call it. And obviously we had the offside penalty, but Patrick threw it on purpose to Kadarius Toney. After that penalty was accepted, the Chiefs come out in the exact same formation. I guarantee you the Eagles are like, there's no way you're going to do this again, right? There's no way. Guess what? We're going to run the same play. But not really. I loved how the Chiefs mentally screwed with the Eagles all night. And this is just one of those examples. If you watch at the end of the play here, they're confused. They're passing off MVS, and look at right here. He's saying, you got to get him. And like everyone in this defensive secondary was confused to an extent. But the Chiefs' game plan was great. And I just wanted to. Everyone talks about how great Patrick was. He was great. How great Isaiah Pacheco was, and we gave him his flowers early in this game. Offensive coaching staff, they had 2 weeks to get ready for the best defense in football, according to a lot of metrics. And they came out in the second half after those adjustments, and they just took it to them. Unstoppable offense. So I wanted to point out how the scheme and they adjusted and everything that they did in this football game, that they just continued to press every right button, and the Eagles defense had zero answers for it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Continue to enjoy the Chiefs winning their second Super Bowl in 4 years, and being able to enjoy the moments that we're in. If you guys please would take a second, like the video, hit the sub button. I really, really appreciate all the support you guys have given us. We turn our attention now after this film review to one more, just trying to get through now. It's all on to draft season. Prospects coming in. If you guys want to, in the comment section, leave me somebody that you're very interested in seeing. Maybe we'll get a prospect breakdown for you guys on them. We're going to let Juju Smith-Schuster take us out. I hope you all have a great day and continue to support the channel and just everything that you guys have done for us. We appreciate you so very much, and continue to enjoy this Super Bowl victory. You guys, again, have a great day.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.